Virtus Pro, who are right now tied for first place. They are on 6 points apiece, along with a 21 round difference, exactly tied. Third and fourth are Prosto, who is going to be playing today against the fourth place team. This is ESPADA, so it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Both the teams have played 3 games. We do have 2 wins for Prosto, 1 win for ESPADA, and of course this matchup is going to really decide who is going to kind of take the lead early on in the placements, because as the days progress, it's going to be fewer games remaining for both the teams. And it's going to be Train, though, the pick from Prosto. By the looks of it, they are really fancying this B bomb side, where we have a retake setup being set up by ESPADA.
Well, Prosto going to be throwing the utility on in towards the B bomb site straight away. Waylander pushing forward, trying to be the front man in the attack, but already taking the site here, Prosto. Like you said, retake attempt coming in from ESPADA, just holding the range. They've got all 5 players still alive. Kit available alongside a smoke on the back of Salt Fake, but there's push coming through from Prosto. They want the kills, but Dex is going to take away one. Waylander coming back in for the trade, but Finning is just patient, waiting for him. Takes him down as well, and now with the man advantage, ESPADA look to swarm the site. Still that smoke available. Dimasik is going to peek into the open, catches out Dima, and Patsy with 1 kill as well.
The double nades here, Dinko. This could be it. They're just going to dunk it straight on this Salt Fig, and he gets taken down. Brilliant stuff from Prosto. And now the 2v2, the flank comes in. Kit. It's still sticking it. Knife's going to come out. He's slashing it through the smoke. And Nickelback, what a name and what a play. 2 kills for him to clutch it out for Prosto. I love that. I love the double nade setup.
That's absolutely huge coming in from them. Prosto coming in, you know, it's starting to look pretty rough for them. They don't get those initial fights. ESPADA hold the advantage coming into the retake, but that double nade saving the day here for Prosto. And even then, it nearly wasn't enough. The knife kill having to come through the smoke at the end. Prosto, they will get the win. The pistol goes their way. Now they have an AK in play on 2 players, Dimasik and Nickelback. I love how yesterday we were talking about how many Dimas we've got, or the day before, I can't remember. They're all blending into one. But basically, we have all the Dimas playing against each other now. Yeah,
both Dimitris, as it is going to be another play, fast play towards B. Finnegan. He's going to be cut out here. A jumping spray by Waylander, and the smoke's going to keep the remaining 3 CDs at bay. I'd call for the safe here. You have the Deagle, you have the 2 scouts. It's going to be very hard to retake. I say 2 scouts, and now we're just left with 1. And Dima with a beautiful headshot. This decapitates Waylander. They've done a bit of damage, Dinko, but yeah, this is the round you want to save. You have the scout, you have the 2 Deagles with armor purchased. You want to just keep this into round number 3, because you're going to have anything. Finnegan and Dexter will have to go for the full eco, and that's going to be round number 2 for Prosto. Very, very convincing start coming out from the team on their map pick, mind you. Map number 2, if required, is going to be played out. That is, of course, Dust 2, the pick from ESPADA, and if required, it is going to come down to Mirage. Very scrappy maps to kind of end the series if it does come down to map number 3.
Yeah, Train's a good initial test. Dima unfortunately going down. It's going to be Patsy to save his Deagle on over. The last time we've seen on paper competitive matchup for ESPADA was against Heart Legion, and well, it just wasn't. You know, ESPADA absolutely dominated them on both maps. It was completely unmatched. Heart Legion just didn't show anything. So ESPADA had a bit of an easy time in that best of 3 last time they were here on the C stream, but now they're playing against Prosto, who from the initial eye test are going to be bringing a little bit more of a fight to the table, and hopefully we've got a good game. I do think Prosto are a little bit of a different beast. I think they've been playing well. They've got a great individual skill and also heaps of experience. Like, these guys have played the CIS region for probably longer than I've even known about CS.
Yeah, Waylander and Waylander especially, they have been playing in majors for quite a while, mind you. As Patsy gets a double kill. Okay, alright, that should not be happening, Prosto. I'm not sure what's happening here. They're getting eco'd. And that's with the one Deagle save, Dinko. They do, however, manage to kind of bring it back, but Dimasik on 18 HP and Yekender on 98. Well, he's fine. But this is looking a little dicey here for the Prosto side. We'll just bring up some stats real quickly after this round is done. But right now, they're looking very, very scary indeed. They want to win this round. This is a round they should be winning with their eyes closed. And there's a flank coming in. Yekender should be very careful. It's going to be the Mac-10 and actually Dima getting the kill. It's all in Dimasik. The name's a little confusing, Dinko, but the round is even more confusing. ESPADA win a round they had no business winning. There was a 1 Deagle saved in the hands of Patsy, and he makes it work. And that's going to be a great, great start for ESPADA, despite, you know, being down 2-1, winning that round means that they're going to have a big advantage going to this buy. Now they have 2 AK-47s picked up, and for Prosto, money not going to be looking that good, considering they won the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, ESPADA doing a little bit of chip damage here and there, finding a couple of kills across the board, and that's a scary sign for Prosto. But AWP picked up for World Edit. He's going to be picking On towards the train yard. Dexter, try and take him down, trying to get aggressive. We know that guy can be incredible on the AWP, and we're here on train. You know, this is probably one of the most AWP-centric maps within the pool, so this could be very, very exciting once we see that battle between World Edit and Dexter.
Oh, absolutely. I think Dexter's really, really impressed me, but then World Edit is... I feel like he's one of those stars who could have been, you know? He's one of those Russian operas who came out in the beginning of CSGO. Well, not really the very beginning, but early in the life of CIS, CSGO, where I felt like he could have been the star. But for whatever reason, he never really seemed to level it up. You know, he never seemed to like get to the next level, which everyone expected him to do. But right now, the way Prost are playing, he's looking pretty promising here. Finnegan just climbing up the ladder, spots at a Yekender. I'm just going to give a very quick recap. Think of the games that these two teams have played so far on the road to Rio for the CIS region. Prosto have beaten Virtus Pro and Hard Legion very convincingly, but then they lost in Navi 2-0. And a pretty similar tale for ESPADA. They've beaten Hard Legion, but they lost in Navi and had a very close loss to Simon Gaming 2-1 as we have the inner push coming in. Dinko, the Deagle hands away Lander. It's coming. Nickelback is going to strike. Finds one, and all of a sudden, this is kind of falling apart from the CT's ESPADA after a great win on that pretty much an equal round, and this might just fall apart here. Dexter, double kick should be coming in. He finds one. The trade doesn't come in. Dexter finds two. Nickelback has traded that immediately as Patsy strikes, and Patsy and Dexter 2v4. They make it look so easy. How did that fall apart for Prosto?
Well, Patsy and Dexter just coming in and toppling it over, unfortunately. Prosto could not get anything done. Patsy with a double kill. Really solid stuff. He's actually got off to a brilliant start here. We've actually seen Patsy, you know, he's doing a little bit of the lack of a better word, bit trolls in the team. But now he's actually been sort of displaying great amounts of skill. I think definitely if you get him involved more across the map, this guy has a great skill set. I think sometimes wasting some of the positions he's been playing.
I do agree. Like the last game we casted of theirs, they were looking so very good. I do believe it was against Hard Legion, like you mentioned. And Patsy especially had so many moments, and I remember saying, like, he is no Patsy at all. Definitely someone to contend with. But for Prosto, for now, though, they will have to go for the eco. Bear in mind, this is their map pick. Stu 2 is still very early days. They're still going to be feeling very happy with the way it's played out. Although, losing the round number 3 would have been something that would definitely sting quite a bit. This should be an easy round, though. Train... with pistols and in no utility, it's usually very hard. It's very, very hard. You need to kind of like have the smokes and flashbangs and kind of get a little closer and then maybe try and take advantage of your pistols and go for the Deagle spam shots, the Tech 9, the P250s, just trying to overrun the bomb site. But just with Deagles trying to go for these long-range duels, you have to be some freakish aim star like a Simple or a Zaiwu to make it work. Nickelback and Yekender, they kind of almost make it work, but a perfect name from Softpick and a Molotov, leaving Yekender in a very, very unenviable spot with 5 HP. Oh. Alrighty then. 3 nade kills in a round. You'd love to see it.
Patsy 8-2 right now, 107 ADR. Really looking good. 3-2 ESPADA into the lead. Good start from them, really. You know, considering they got off to a pretty poor start overall. Finding those rounds now, they'll be feeling very comfortable. Prosto, we'll see what they can purchase up. It's going to be the AKs across the board, all 5 players. Utility available to them. It's going to be a competitive round across the board. They don't have the AWP in the hands of World Edit, but they do have the AKs. That should be enough to at least get something done here.
Yeah, I think the AKs are...
Oh, especially if you do that to the other AWPer. This is one tap him straight away. Yekender moving through and towards the lower bomb site. Gonna be Finnegan trying to take down Waylander. He does that well. Sophic with a kill as well. World Edit trying to swing into the open, but he had the bomb in his back. And now he's dead as well. It's Nickelback and Demasek looking for a way in, but Dima catches Demasek at the bottom of the ramp. That's all onto Nickelback. Not to be confused with Nickelblack. There's a...
Or Nickelback, the band.
Yeah, I know a player called Nickelblack as well.
Where is he from?
I have no idea. I cannot remember. I'll try and find him.
Alright, Nickelback, well, he never made it as a wise man. Couldn't really cut it as a poor man stealing either, but hopefully he can make it on train here in a 1v3. Doesn't really work out either. So Dima picking up the kill. Pretty solid hold considering it was a full buy from Prosto, and that's going to be a spot to get around number 4. Pretty, really nice holds coming out, especially from Finnegan. I love his repositioning from the spools. He got the first kill and immediately repositioned himself towards a bomb train, and the money's starting to build up as well, Dinko. And this is not a good sign if you're from Prosto. I love how everyone used to call them Pro100, and then eventually everyone realized it's called Prosto.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch chat made that happen. I mean, realistically,
Yeah.
we'd still all be
Imagine
calling
if
it
it's a
Pro
big
100.
meme. Imagine if it's just a big meme at Twitch chat. It's actually Pro100, but they just memed it in such a way that every talent now believes, English talent believes that it's actually Prosto. That would be amazing.
It rolls off the tongue better, Prosto, so I think I'm just going to go and say that anyway. Easier to say. Oh, nice shot. Coming in from Dagster. He's going to do damage onto his Demon Stick. 25 HP left on him. Patsy got himself an easy kill. That's a double for him in the round. Not double figures added to the tally. And while the round is over, job done. Easy cleanup yet again from ESPADA. We move into this next round. Prosto will get the money back in. Open the hands of World at it. Utility back. Flowing through the Prosto side. But ESPADA, this is a really good sign early on. 2 players already in double figures in terms of kills. It's Patsy and Dima doing the heavy lifting. The rest of the team doing their job, setting them up. And, well, Prosto, in these last 2 rounds, haven't really looked like they're in it. But T-side train, it's all about getting as many rounds as you possibly can. Yeah,
it's just about giving you the breathing space when you get into the second half, right? It is by far, in my opinion, I think in most people's opinion, the most CD-sided map in competitive Counter-Strike right now. Of course, even when the Krieg was in the ridiculous state that it was a while back, even then it was still pretty CD-sided. Okay, a little bit of... that looked like a little bit of TK there. A little unfortunate. But then Nickelback finishes off Sotfix, spots his legs out at the edge of the smoke. That's an early kill going the way of Prosto. It's going to make them very, very happy indeed. But Patsy waiting right beneath Pop Dog. Waylander very much aware of this. The rest of the T just setting up towards T mid. It's setting up for the smoke, the wall of smokes, and all 4 CTs just gambling on his how to take. Dinka, this is very surprising considering how early in the half they are. And now Prosto slowly inching back towards Brownhalls. We do have Finnegan making his way towards inner as well. But for the time being, is all by his lonesome. I love that Molotov. I love that Molotov. It just delays him for a few extra seconds. And he's announcing his presence, and they notice someone there. So it's fine for him to, like, show off the fact that he's over there. And then Molotov just delays him for that few extra seconds. But unfortunately, ESPADA, they don't take advantage of that delay. No one's pushing in towards the B bomb site apart from Finnegan playing from connector.
Well, Pro's still ready. Turning towards the other ball site. It's going to be Finnegan just holding on. It's going to toss himself a Molotov, and now Nickelback making his way through the fire and flames, looking himself on towards the site. Now Finnegan towards the back lines, looking for a headshot as the bomb will get planted. Waylander at the other end of the oil train. Nickelback stands in the middle of the site.
That's a combo I want to see. Dragon Force and Nickelback.
Yeah, that would be some concert. Well, Patsy's going to make his way from the connector wall that are taking him down. Dagster gone. They're not really finding an opening here. I think they've just called for the save. The B-bomb site can sometimes be that cruel site. When you don't really get a kill early, when the Proster just sink themselves deep in towards the site for their post-plant positions, it's hard to get rid of them. It's hard to get back in. And while they're losing every single player here, ESPADA, it's only Patsy standing alive. They haven't really got too many money issues, so that is a positive moving into the next one. 10k on Patsy. The rest is around an average of $78,000. So this is looking pretty good for ESPADA in terms of their buy. But Prosto finally back to winning ways, and that was a convincing round win.
That's a convincing round win, and I feel like that gamble was unnecessary from ESPADA. I get it, but usually don't want you go for these sort of gamble stacks when you're in a desperate situation, right? It's still it's a 4v5. Yeah, you had a man disadvantage, but it's trained. It's a map where there's so many avenues for the CTs to like shut it down. There's so many of these little choke points that T's need to walk on through. And the way Finnegan is playing all the way towards connector, that's especially with the AK-47. It's basically him just giving up the side and going for the retakes. And then you have the 2 ops right there. If you're going to play a retake setup in the inner bomb site and you have 2 AWPs, you're already setting yourself up for failure. And that's something which I wasn't a really big fan of. And even when they went for the call for the save, it wasn't good enough. They just saved the 1 gun. Luckily for them, like you mentioned, like you pointed out, they have the money. But money's not that great. Patsy's flush with cash. The rest of them, not so much. So, ESPADA with some little suspect decision-making. But this one I like. The aggression towards mid. Patsy and Thoughtfic. Back-to-back. And now, for ESPADA, they have a couple of players. 2 players now playing towards inner. And it's going to be Finnegan and his teammate. And this is an interesting setup. I kind of like this. They have left Pop Dog open, but they have Thoughtfic's eyes from T-mid looking towards Pop Dog. There you have it. He has a line of sight. So this is a nice setup. This could potentially just catch Prosto off guard.
Waylander spooked a little bit, perhaps. Dexter going to be holding on. Nickelback is going to fall a second as well. That's what we want to see from Dexter. That's what we're talking about. He's got this potential to just be so quick and immediately takes down 2 players. Well, that it tried to fill the hole and tried to take him down. Finnegan is going to hit the deck, so at least that's 1 kill. Oh my god, Patsy! Going for the random spam, and he catches Yakindar through the smoke. Dexter getting another frag over towards Ivy. And well, this is just a huge shutdown from ESPADA. Prosto needed to find consistent success, but when they move into this round, they've just been toyed with.
Yeah, that's the setup, right? It's such a cool setup the way they have it. Dexter playing way the back of 1.6, back of Ivy. He's got a crosshair trade. Firstly, him not getting traded by Waylander was by Woledit was massive, right? But then he held his line. He got 3 kills towards Ivy. We're not going to take it on at all. That setup towards T-Mid, I don't think we're going to be seeing that for the next few rounds. But that was just, I mean, Prosto were not expecting that at all. In fact, they didn't even send anyone up from Pop Dog, yet they got completely destroyed. That was a very cool setup, and I expect to see a very similar setup later on in this half. We still have 6 more rounds remaining to be played. I'm actually enjoying this ESPADA CD side, apart from that one round where, you know, it was a 4v5, they completely left the B bomb side. Apart from that, this has looked very solid.
I think ESPADA now been one of the most impressive teams, you know, that we don't know enough about, right? You know, the CIS teams are expecting to do well, but ESPADA are kind of a dark horse in that respect. They've showed up and played some proper good CS. And when they played against Hard Legion, I was thinking, okay, that's going to be a close game, but ESPADA just outclassed them. Kinder's going to catch Saltfic. At least that's a good trade coming in for the T side. Back into a 4v4. Minute and 20 seconds left in play. ESPADA got Dima here in the back lines towards all bomb. Now they're making a little bit of play through in towards the A-bomb side. A lot of control here for Prosto at the moment. But Dima's going to find a headshot. That's Dima's sick falling. And now Yukinza on top of the bomb site is looking for his time to strike. But the kills keep coming through from the CT side. And he misses his opportunity. He won't fall. Patsy is just a one-man army at the moment. And it's all on World Edit. And Dexter takes him down as well. 7-3.
That's such a good hold. Again, Patsy 2K over there. Oh, I just love the way ESPADA just like kind of phasing their CT side. Just to like define that. It's like, you know, the moment they spot the players out, they lost the first player with I think it was Yekinder just running out from Pop Dog with a flashbang, getting the opening kill. And then the way they use the smokes, they fall back, they play together, stick together as a unit, hold the angles, and even though they lost all map control on the outer bomb side, they still won their duels because the trading was so on point. I mean, they didn't even have to trade. Just the crossfire was so very good. And even if they got taken down, I'm 100% sure the trades would have taken place. Very, very solid setup from ESPADA. As we do have round 11 being played out, Yekinder will be spotted out. Softic gets to kill, and it's going to make his escape. Just very smart rotations. I just love the way they're playing here. I know I'm not still a very massive fan, Dinko, of the kind of like the mini gamble rotations they go with, but it's working more than it's not. One round it didn't work. Apart from that, it's been working wonderfully. Look at this now. 3 players towards inner, and Dexter gets the player who was lurking towards upper ramp, and now Prosto just left scratching their heads. They're wondering, now what do we do?
Dimasik trying to take an aim duel. Does do a little bit of damage, but he's going to be held back. In Ivy, finally, Dima walking towards his crosshair. Dima has been winning those battles against Dimasik quite often, actually. You find them on the same part of the map quite a bit. Same with Dexter winning the battle against the World Edit a lot. It's not really been going too well here for the T side in terms of duels, but in this round, Dimasik wins that battle. Dexter in the backline still recovers well. Patsy with another kill. It's all on Dimasik. Well, he's spotted, tagged, and body blind. It's Solfik that takes that. 8-3 on the board. ESPADA now are just 1 away. You know, they're already 1 round in the league confirmed in the second half, but at this point, 1 away from making a convincing half. 9-6. If they break the money again here, they're going to be going on a huge streak. And you know, Prosto do have enough money to buy here, but do they even want to go for that? Waylander's already made his investment, but the rest yet to buy at the moment. Yeah,
that's they can't eke out a buy, but it's just going to be very, very dicey. Yekinder can buy for himself Nickelback, Wallet and Dimasik though. They need to decide if to go for a buy. It's going to be Galils and armor, maybe 1 AK, and then they need to like try and like go for the decide if they want to go for utility. I think they're just going to go for the hero AK. I think this was Waylander just kind of buying a little too early. That's unfortunate. Money already not looking good. This is so rough for Prosto. Round number, I think 5, round number 8 is the 3rd round that Prosto won. where they hit it in a bomb site, right? After that, they had a golden opportunity to break ESPADA's economy. But now look at the money for ESPADA. Look at the cash they have in their hands. An average of $8,000 on 4 players, and Dima on 4,200. That's a lot of money to work with. So they won't have to be. They're not in any danger of being economically reset anytime soon. The second time they're going for the setup, but this time it's going to be Dexter. Is going to land the headshot, decapitates Waylander, and again ESPADA in the opening pick. Again, repositioning themselves. This is, honestly, I mean, Dinko, like, this is such an impressive CD side, I have to say. And surprisingly, it's a pick from Prosto. ESPADA are looking so prepared and trained right now.
That's one of the most impressive things about this team is their map pool seems super deep.
Yes.
And that's a problem we've seen with so many CIS teams. They're good at one map, and that's it, really. But this team have a deep map pool. It's super impressive to see. They're going to be climbing the HLTV rankings, I'm sure. Currently 54th, but I'm sure they'll rise a little bit higher than that. This team are really, really impressive. A lot of good pieces to work with here. Bomb has been planted for Prosto. They hit the inner bomb site. They've got a lot of control here inside of the site. Issue is they still have the man deficit, so they still have some work to do.
Some work to do. Yekinder is a man who has a lot of work to do. In the smoke, very lucky. The nade, a little too deep to do much damage here, and he somehow hasn't taken much damage, but in the distraction, he's gonna pop it out. Yekinder finds his double, and then they all fall. Like 10 Sophic left alone. Double peak coming in. They're going to continue to face him. And that's gonna be the round going to be Prosto. Somehow, despite losing the man initially, they managed to steal this round away. I don't think Sophic's gonna be able to save his AK-47. He's gonna try and go for make a run for it, but the hunt is definitely on. And does survive, just take 2 points of damage. And it's gonna be 4 rounds of Prosto. This inner bomb site has been a problem for them. For ESPADA.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to play on retake, and to be blunt, they're not very good at retaking it. It's like they've just lost the site a few times, and then when it comes to the retake, they have not been successful in getting it back in. The pistol round, they played on retake, that looked good. But other than that, they came close and still ended up losing it. But yeah, the retake's not really working here in the B-bomb side. I think maybe they'll try and change that up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. They still have money coming into this, so not out of the woods just yet, Prosto. But this is the perfect chance for them just to keep chipping away a few extra rounds.
Similar setup and a much better reply. This time Prosto, they were ready for that. They were so ready for that. And now Sotfic. Oh, another save? This could be another save here. Very early on. Great reaction from Prosto. They got to read right this time. And look at it. Look at where World Edit is. He's ready for this, but he just shoots right in between. And Sotfic and Patsy, they find themselves a free frag. Dima's still sticking around here. He wants to kind of try this. He's making a bit of noise. Information conveyed by World Edit. Dima finds one, but Yekinder with a quick trade. Sotfic finds Dima 6. There's a bit of economic damage being dealt out, but doesn't really matter for Prosto. Just winning round number 5 is massive for them. 5 rounds on the T side of train, that is definitely something to work with.
Yeah, that's good from Prosto. I mean, they haven't really been able to get that consistent success going with the roll rounds into the other, but yeah, this is definitely still a decent enough half from Prosto. We can always expect ESPADA to do damage on the CT side of Trim, but 8 rounds, it's not enough yet. You definitely have to get a few more added to that collection to be feeling comfortable. And realistically, probably want to win the last 2 rounds here if they want to be feeling that extra bit more comfortable. We'll see if Prosto can get this over the line, though. Have another buy coming in. It's going to be World Edit on the op, AKs in play for the rest. And we'll see if ESPADA can get this done, because this will be their last full buy. If they lose, of course.
Of course, that's always a caveat. They have left Finnegan by his lonesome this time around. Not really expecting that interplay, but I like the fact that Prosto is still going to be heading towards the brown halls. 4 members slowly inching up. And it's interesting how World Edit with the op is the kind of like the passive lurk, you know? He's the one who's kind of like falling back, holding towards Ivy, maybe towards team mid. Aggression from the CTs. Nice flash from World Edit, but it blinds player, but they don't show anything, and that's going to be ESPADA now having second thoughts about it. They have 2 players now. They mix up the setup, though. Have a play towards upper. It's Finnegan. He's going to be spotted out, but he still gets the kill. There's the upper. That is Dexter, who finds no one. Now Finnegan's presence here could be a problem, but Nickelback's pushing pretty deep. And look at him just pushing in the flames. Sotfic's going to get the kill as Finnegan finally drops, and Nickelback strikes again.
Well, bomb planted. Nickelback with so much space eventually will fall to Patsy, who only has 3 deaths in the entire half. Make it 4 with that nade coming through in the connector.
Okay.
A little bit unfortunate for Patsy. Kindar's going to be holding on for another, and this is looking good for Prosto. Flashbang goes in the face. Dexter trying to make the 1v2 happen, but he's stopped by World Edit. It's 6, and what was once looking perfect from ESPADA has now started to crumble, and Prosto have got themselves right back into this half. They'll be happy enough with 6 rounds. That's plenty from the T side of Train, but now they have a prime opportunity to get a 7th.
It's kind of crazy if you look at if you just look at the scoreline when it comes to the in the fragging department. You have Patsy 15-4, 12, 10, and 10 on Dima, Slotvik, and Dexter, and then you have on the other side for Prosto, Yekinder's the only one in double digits and 13 frags, and everyone else in 7, 8, 5, and 5. Yet there's 6 rounds in Train with 1 remaining to be played, which just goes to show that sometimes it's not just about the kill feed or the scoreboard. Dima 6 gonna open up the bomb side. Patsy has a lot of work to do. It does a bit of damage. It doesn't quite land a shot. Dexter misses a sitter. World Edit finally waking up. He's been having a pretty rough half so far, but a good couple of kills.
2 MP9s versus 4. This is not looking so good.
This could work.
From the behind, this is going to be the big flank from Dima. He's going to spot 2. Dima lining them both up, pulls it back into 2v2, finally put an end to by Waylander, but now it's all on Finnegan. 5 and 9 in the half so far, looking for the 1v2 with the MP9. He's got himself up on top of the bomb. They have to come to him. He can just hide inside of the site. And Prosto, they're sweating a little bit here. They know they could lose this. As Finnegan stands inside of the bomb site itself, just not giving anything up, not poking around the corner, not giving away his position, letting them come towards him, and Waylander's low. There's the kill on the MP9, swinging into the open, spots Nickelback as well. He knows where the last remaining player is, but the MP9 at range, surely... Oh, he switches out to the M4. Now this is looking good for Finnegan. 35 seconds, ball on the floor, and there it is. A 2v4 recovery that one started with 2 MP9s. A 9-6 half for ESPADA. 3 rounds separate the 2 teams. We'll see if Prosto can get the pistol under their belt and get off to a good start as we move into the second half. 9-6 at the half. ESPADA lead the way coming in from the CT side, but Prosto, their turn on the defense. We'll see what they have up their sleeve.
Late resurgence, especially from Prosto, really making things very, very interesting. Bear in mind, it was, I think, 8-3 for ESPADA at one point, and then a string of 3 rounds, definitely giving Prosto some buffer to work with. -6, definitely a scoreline, I would say, would... Ooh,
that's a nice start.
That's disgusting, yeah. Ouch. Ouch, that just hurts. Finnegan is gonna be fuming. But you really can't be angry at shots like that. Yekender, who's been having a hell of a first half. 14 frags, the only player inside to have double digits. Continuing his reign of terror, which will finally be put to an end by Dima. As Dexter finds one, the double P250 is doing quite a bit of damage early on here, Dinko.
It's a good wombo combo. We use a lot of people love it in their matchmaking games, so while the pros showing up here with it as well. World at it with a headshot. Dima God. Dexter coming back in with a P250 again. It's Nickelback and Waylander looking for the 2v3. As Waylander tries to emerge from Ivy, he will get a chance on towards Dexter, but the P250 continues to light them up. ESPADA looking so strong. That's a 4K from Dexter. Double figures in place for ESPADA. Yeah, surviving on a slither of health. But that is a huge round from him.
That is massive. That is massive indeed. Considering that for a moment there, I felt like Prosto had the round in the bag. There was such a good opening few kills going their way, but a good reply indeed. Especially Dima with a P250 picked up of his fallen comrade. Taking out Yekender, who was looking nigh unstoppable. Force buy coming in for Prosto though. The scout in hands of World Edit. He's got a little bit of Kevlar to back himself up alongside the scout. And quite a aggressive stance being taken by Prosto here towards team mid. It's going to be Dexter opening it up. That's a scout taken out. He gets a tag though. He gets a tag. And we might see the AK-47 being dropped to either Finnegan or Patsy, who are currently wielding
I love that.
The Mac-10s.
I love that double peek that comes in actually. To offset the crosshair of the waiting player with the Deagle. Actually gives both players alive and then neutralize it. But look at this flank from Waylander coming around the backside. They're not going to be aware of this front pop dog. The kills keep coming through, but it's his chance to strike. There we go. 1, nearly 2 from the position. Yekender overrun though. And the round is won by ESPADA. In the end, pretty convincingly. They only lose to 2 players. Definitely could have lost a few more, but 11-6 on the board. ESPADA now getting off to a brilliant start on their T side. They're going to have the prime opportunity to grab 12, and then they're only 4 away from winning on Trin, and that's kind of scary if you're Prosto.
Oh yeah, that's very scary. This is your map pick, you know, and you've got the 6 rounds, but here's the thing, it's CD side Train, and I've lost count, I've lost count, and this goes across various iterations of Counter-Strike, not just CSGO, where teams are up 14 rounds on the T side, and then the CD just mount the comeback, right? This is one of those maps just really does give you space to mount the comebacks, especially when you're on the CD side in the second half. So I'm still not too worried for Prosto. You just need to survive these. You just need to like get done with these eco rounds and then start to like grind it back on their buy rounds. And I do believe I really like some of the adaptations they had because I really enjoyed ESPADA CD side. But Prosto late in the first half, they had some very good adaptations. The way they were countering the B bomb set up from ESPADA. Some very textbook stuff, which I personally am a big fan of. So I'm sure they do have the CD side setups ready to go with, except right now, just a lack of weaponry and utility being a problem, which shouldn't be much of an issue as we go into the buy rounds. For now, though, it's going to be an empty bomb site that ESPADA is going to find themselves in, and this should be round number 12 here.
Something I love, I actually attested to ESPADA is the fact that they are good against defense. You know, they're good against the anti-ecos. They generally don't lose them. And while there goes Finnegan up the top of the ladder, catching Demasik. A little bit risky, but it pays off for him. Now 4v3. Looking so solid here for ESPADA, just holding off the rest of the unarmored opponents. Taking around number 12 onto the board. But it's almost good to see that we haven't seen a whole lot of these force buy wins coming off, or even full ecos to the extent. And because that is definitely something I was getting a little tired of here in the CIS region. It happened a little too often for my liking.
I agree with you. Apart from the one round, which I do believe it was Prosto lost, the third round, which lost the full USPs and the 1 Deagle. Apart from that, they have actually, both the teams have looked very, very solid. It's not been as, dare I say, ridiculous as some of the games we've witnessed so far, especially teams like Simon Gaming, Hard Legion, and Team Unique. getting eco time and time again, and also winning their force buys. It's not been the case here. This has actually played out like a normal high-level game of Counter-Strike. And I for one, Dinko, I'm very thankful. And I hope I don't jinx it, but this is looking very good. Both the teams looking very solid indeed, except for the fact that it's ESPADA. They've really taken advantage of the fact that they won the pistol round. And now the buy is going to be coming in. Now is a real test for Prosto. They still have the 6 rounds as buffer. But ESPADA is slowly closing the gap between their scoreline and the magic figure of 16. 4 more rounds is all they need. And that's very, very doable. Even on the T side of train.
Well, Dima is going to be the front man, entering from Ivy. Does take a little bit of a tick there, gives away his position most likely. Kindor on the other end of that. Maybe aware and holding towards Ivy, but he's kind of paranoid. Eventually he'll move into the corner. Now running the corner, it's going to be Yakindar with the first kill. Trig comes in though from Dexter. 4v4, Ivy control is taken by ESPADA, but Prosto still holding on. Dima sticking towards Sandwich. This is a good position for him. Keep an eye on, but he's paranoid about multiple different angles at this point. Have lost that Ivy control, so that somewhat puts him under more pressure. And now with 35 seconds left, ESPADA is trying to congregate together over towards the A-bomb site, looking to try and finish their attack here. And while Dimasik is going to be the first pillar of support for the defense, it's going to be the first kill. Finnegan gone. Now the push coming through from ESPADA, the man down, but Nickelback inside the site. He's going to find the bomb, and there it is, the collateral from World Edit, stopping it from happening. It's all onto Dexter. A 1v4, and he's going to be caught as well. That's a brilliant round from World Edit, and a 7th round in play for Prosto.
That is brilliant from World Edit. 3 kills for him. Nice hold. I like the aggression late into that round, and also I felt like ESPADA kind of took too much of time. They didn't really give themselves much of breathing room once it came down to like a few seconds remaining. 30 seconds, they had to go for the play, and the CTs were ready. So 12-7. Foster finally getting the first round on board, and a very important round indeed. They keep quite a few players alive as well. That's going to be definitely healthy for the money. Still not quite out of the economic risk region. I don't really have a good word for it, but basically it's like when you win your first buy round, but the money's still not that great because you got to keep reinvesting into the utility. And that is a massive opening for Dima for a moment. It looked very scary indeed, but Dimasik does reply back, and now Waylander holding on as the T's comes charging out. World Edit is there. Waylander and World Edit, they've been playing together for such a long time, and Waylander finds one. Now it's a 3v2. Molotov deployed. Gonna delay the bomb plant for a few seconds, but Finnegan picks it up. Now Dimasik pushing up here is gonna make life quite tricky for Dexter, but he still lands a shot. Now it's a 2v2. Flank coming in all the way from behind from Yekinder, but he needs to hurry up quite a bit here.
World Edit on the back lines. We're trying to do his best, but look at Yakindar. This flank is huge. The headshot picked up. Dexter not ready for it. And now Finnegan. He's won clutches like this before. The end of the first half rings to mind. And well, it's a 1v1. Finnegan with the first. Now looking for just Yakindar. He knows he was on the flank. Does he know his position? Now he swings into the open, but it's Yakindar that wins the aim duel. The round will be won here by Prosto. Finnegan, another nice attempt in the 1v2, but I think the Galil spray just failed him there.
Force spy coming up from ESPADA here. They have to go for the force. Prosto's money can be broken. They lose 4 members now. They lost just to 1 player earlier. Yeah, look at this. Like, they have money right now. You look at it, but look at the buy coming in here. World has to buy up the op. He has money for it. The rest of them have to purchase their M4s and their M4A1s or M4A4s or whatever, and all the utility as well. That means the money, look at that. Money is barren in the coffers for Prosto. Yekinder is the guy who only any money to work with, and that is a reset potential for ESPADA if they go for the force here. Now, there are 2 schools of thought. They have the leads. They can be like, you know what, let's play it out. Let's go for the full eco and then like have enough money for the later rounds. That is the philosophy they've gone for here, but I really wouldn't have been too angry at them if they'd gone for the force buy here. They could potentially have kind of just like smacked the economy of Prosto into the ground. But they're playing the percentage game here, Dinko, and I can't really fault them for it. They've gone for the eco this round, and it's fine. Even if they lose this round without getting any kill, it's okay. They'll still go for the full buy, but if they don't get any kills this round, that's going to help kind of establish Prosto's economy from the brink of getting broken, and that is the gamble that you have to take on the T side in Counter-Strike, basically.
Just over a minute. Oh, well, Nickelback nearly grabbing first blood, but it's going to be Yekindar. Takes that luxury, spins back and finds another. Well, he's just been the gatekeeper of Ivy. Stopping the push coming through. Now it's Dexter and Finnegan trying to make it happen again. 2v5, 45 seconds in play. This is not looking brilliant for ESPADA, I have to say. It's going to be a tall task to even get a single kill here, especially with World Edit holding on there. It's going to be an easy pick. The bomb rolling out as well. Dex is just hoping for an overextension, an unnecessary play perhaps. Swing, and there it is. The kill from Waylander coming through. Dex is going to hit the deck. Clean round from Rosto. 12-9 on the board. ESPADA 4 away from victory still, and finally the buy will be coming back in. And here on the C stream, we have got ESPADA versus Prosto, but over on the A stream, we see Simon Gaming taking on Navi. On the B stream, it's Hard Legion taking on Virtus Pro. And while things aren't looking great for Navi over on the A stream, kind of getting toyed with Simon at the minute.
Of course, it is going to happen that way. CIS Counter-Strike, where nothing really makes sense, and the favorites are the underdogs.
Mix of online CS, of course.
Of course, yeah. And Navi and online CS, that's been a meme for over a decade now. Boss play towards Inner from ESPADA. This is a mix-up. This could actually work on out. Patsy spots out Waylander, but them dropping down real quickly. I love the push coming in from Finnegan and Patsy. Waylander trying to be cheeky. Finds one. World Edit pushed up, and Finnegan with a quick double get traded by Nickelback. But now it's all in Yekindar, and he knows his round's done. This is done. He's still going for it. I'm not too sure why. And Dexter is going to show him why. Instant brain surgery with the automat Kalashnikov. 13-9 now. I love that switcher from ESPADA. Just pure pace being set by the T side there towards Inner. And I'm not sure why Yekindar would want to go for that deal. It's a 1v3. Bombs getting planted. Just get out of there. Save the gun. Your money's still not that great.
I think he was just trying to throw the nade on to the bomb site and try and run away at that point, but it's just so risky pulling the nade and spending so much time in the open. And obviously, we see what happens to him. Gets absolutely annihilated within the first few seconds. And well, now ESPADA 3 away from victory. Prosto coming right back into it with a buy, though. Limited utility for the CT side, and that is going to be an issue. But ESPADA realized they're not done yet. They need this next round as well. And well, Demasik going through the smoke. Finnegan's going to catch him. And a man advantage picked up early for ESPADA.
Oh, that's so... Why would he go for that? Why would Demasik just walk in there through the smoke? He wasn't at the bottom of the ladder. He had to be aware someone might be there. He was probably trying to catch someone off guard, but that's such a high-risk play. Yekindar is going to be spotted out. Dead giveaway for Dima, and one by one they fall. This is so terrible, Dinko. The money's going to be broken with this. Unless Waylander just pops off. Both of them are trapped. They know where both the CTs are. World Edit trapped. They're going to be planting the bomb towards Inner. And he's getting hunted down. He finds one. 22 HP. Just one more bullet. One sliver of health remaining. And it's going to be gone. And the money's broken for Prosto. ESPADA now just like one round away from map point. And look at the money. They've just completely smacked it into the ground, have ESPADA. Oh, this is rough for Prosto, Dinko. Their map pick. It is their map pick.
That's the most terrifying thing, right? That is the map pick of Prosto. This is not looking good at all. And this is not a buy that is going to give you a lot of confidence moving forward if you're a Prosto fan. They are going to play for overtime. They're going to have to play for overtime already. And this is scary. Zeus going up the top of the ladder. Demasik, catches it. Of course he does. Finnegan just getting absolutely wrecked. And, well, at least a little bit of something going in the way of Prosto. They don't get the weapon from it, but, well, this could be the kill. Yekindar holding the angle, but Dexter there with a headshot. And now they're pushing forward. Good flashbang. Demasik dealt with by Saltvik's flash. Dexter doing everything. There we go.
Lovely,
that's what you love to see. A 4K. Now another Zeus. Is it on the cards? Oh, no, it's not. Patsy gets rid of him. 15-9. Prosto. A little flash in the pan from Demasik, but the round is picked up for ESPADA. And now they just need one more to take us to a second map.
Man, like, Dexter, Patsy, Dima have had a sick game so far. 23 apiece for Dexter and Dima. 20 kills for Patsy. Saltvik and Finnegan. I mean, they've had the moments. They've had the rounds as well. It's just been a hell of a showing. And for the side of Prosto, Yekindar was insane on the T side. He's the only reason, in my opinion, that they got so many rounds. But then the rest of them kind of slacking off a little bit, I feel like. Not really having that many great moments. World did have a few rounds here and there. But this is it, Dinko. Like I said, 6 rounds in a row. It is doable. Train CD side. It can work out, but ESPADA looking so spotless at the moment. Nickelback just walking in dry. This is always worrisome. But this could work out, Dinko. They've They've opted to go for the gamble stack towards in. 3 players ready and waiting.
They've nothing to lose, right? They haven't got any utility, so going for the aggression is really what's left for them. It's the only real option. And now they've got to get these kills when the push comes in towards the B bomb site. ESPADA know they've conceded a lot of control here. They know they're going to have to go with it. Well, the utility is at the ready. Patsy, top of the ramp with Finnegan in behind him. Double setup in towards upper, but there's a good hold here from the CT side. 3 players on the B bomb site, a really solid read. Well, if ESPADA are to commit in towards this lower bomb site, they're going to have a real difficult challenge on their hands. Waiting, biding their time. Not committing just yet. 45 seconds now at this point.
Falling back.
This is working well for them. Comes down the final few seconds. Nickelback, he might just win this battle against Dima. This is going to be such an important duel. If Nickelback goes down here, then they're starting to look really weak on the CT side, and well, he wins the battle. Headshot picked up, Dima gone. Man advantage in play for Prosto.
They're in a very important spot. He lines them up. That's it. Round's done. Round's done. And the Prosto winning this one. Dexter trying his best to probably stay alive, but he's stuck in a very rough spot. The Hunt is in fact on.
I'd say do
they're pushing up behind
damage here as well. I think you just got to do some damage in the last few seconds there. Unlucky though. Dexter does fall, but look at the money on the CT side. It's lucky they keep 4 players alive there, Blake, because if not, then they're going to be looking at a really scrappy buy coming into this. So it was important they won that round. Obviously, they have to win every single round now in regulation, but it was also important that they won it with lots of players staying alive, because their money would have been back into the bin.
Indeed, and that's the scary part. It's not just about winning the remaining 5 rounds now, but it's also like you mentioned. I think you hit the nail right in the head there. It's also about winning it while keeping as many players alive as possible. If it comes down to like a 1v1 this round and Prosto still win it, that means the next round ESPADA's going to still have a lot of money while the CTs are going to be broke. And a half buy between the CTs and the Ts, I'm going to favor the Ts any time of the day. So here we have it. A little bit of a tick from the flames. That could have been heard by Finnegan. I might be aware of that. So you're going to be inching back. ESPADA now setting up for this outer take. 2 players was from Pop, 3 from Ivy. A very, very standard default play. Yakin are going to be forced back by the Molotov. It's got backup close by though. Team is sick, ready and waiting. Nickelback as well, but Thoughtfic's going to win the opening duel. 1 kill, the way of ESPADA. They need 4 more now, Dinko.
Well, there's a kill from World, and it's going to pull it back into a 4v4. We are once again even on the server. Nickelback's position once again has a lot riding on it. Teammates kind of locked out of the situation. It's going to be Demasig hitting the deck. Nickelback under pressure, running in from behind him. It's Solvik, and he's going to win that duel as well. It's all on World Edit now. Left in a 1v4. He needs all the kills to go his way. He's picked up 2 already. It has to be the ace clutch. Well, he's going to bring it into the 1v2. A real chance here for World Edit. He'll go forward, wanting to make it happen. Up above him, the AWP looking for the shot. So close, but Finnegan takes him down. 16 to 10. ESPADA walk away with